Markets are perking up today. The E-mini S&Ps are pushing higher with the VIX sliding lower, but don't let the calm fool you. This is the perfect time to stick to our conservative, patient, probability-driven style trading. And in today's session, we'll walk through the positions, break down what's moving, and line up a new trade in Pepsi. All right, let's get started. Today is Thursday, September 4th, 2025. And let's take a look at the market. So if we look at the E-mini S&Ps, we are up 0.46%. The VIX futures are down by 1.87%, with the SPY up 0.44%, and the VIX down 4.22%. Let's hop over to the charts and just get a visual on what we're looking at here. Okay, we're just north of the center line on this 3 ATR on the E-mini S&P futures. Looking at VIX, we're not at our low for the week, but we're pretty close, VIX futures that is. And then on the SPY, kind of same story, just north of the center of the 3 ATR, and VIX coming in a little elevated based on compared to the last couple of weeks, but still very, very low overall. Well, let's go take a look at our positions. And we have these sorted alphabetically, and we only have one position with legs in the money. So this is interesting because I remember over the last few days and really a couple of weeks, IBM had legs in the money. So we'll take a look at that one, just kind of see what happened on that one. But we likely got a move that put us in the right zone, which is exactly what we're looking for. But here on Chipotle, which is the one we're looking at now, we are still going down in Chipotle. We're outside of our strikes here, meaning we're outside of the zone that we want this underlying to be trading in. So let's go take a look at the chart and see what happened here. Yeah, we can see we're down again here. This is just a waiting game, and we're going to have to see what we see if we get some kind of a reversal here. What I would say is that managing at 21 DTE. So this line right here, if you're looking at this sort of yellowish beigeish line right here, this is at expiration where we'll be. But then you see this curve here, and this is sort of theoretical where we are now. And so managing at 21 DTE, unless we just get a dramatic move to the downside here, and we're down here in the 31, 32, 33, something like that, we're probably not going to realize near max loss on this position. So the idea is that managing at 21, this won't have fully filled in this area yet, and we wouldn't realize max loss, even if this stays on this side of the fence for us. But we still have some days to go. If we take a look at DTE, we're at 43 DTE. That means we have about 22 days until we have to make a decision on this, and anything can happen in 22 days. And so we just really need a rally here in Chipotle for this position to work out for us. All right, let's go take a look at the other one, which was IBM, and let's see what happened here. So P&L for the day is 52. So that means we probably had a decent rally here, which we did, which we were hoping for. It's the same thing we want to happen in Chipotle, but it happened here in IBM. So let's go take a look at the options chain and kind of see where we're at here from a P&L standpoint. Well, now we're down $6 on P&L, whereas before we were down considerably more. So we have some things that we can do here. We can, again, wait for time to pass, wait for IBM to stay. Well, let's take a look at the analysis here. Yeah, so we can hold out and just wait for some time to pass. And just like we were talking about before, where when time passes, theta really kind of works against us. Well, in this case, theta is going to work for us here. So we're going to have this green area start to fill up this other area as we get closer to expiration. And so that's really important to note, because we can just, even if we're down P&L in this position right now, we're down 10 cents, we could hang out here and just wait for this to fill up until 21 days and then make a decision. We could close it as let's call it an almost scratch, like the position went against us. It kind of came back some, and we could say, hey, heck with this. We're out of this position. I didn't hit my target. We're on the right side of our strikes here. And so I think I'm going to let time pass. This is a defined risk position. At worst, at absolute worst, we'll lose $304, worst case scenario. Best case scenario, we make $196, but that's not really our target. Our target is 50% of the original credit collected here, which is $1.39. So if I pull up my calculator, and I'll pull it over here to the screen so you can see it. If we take $1.39, which is our original credit here, and we divide that by 2, or we multiply it by 0.5, which is 50% of our original credit, our target is 69 cents, or in this case, being a one lot, because you see here it's 1 and minus 1, that we're targeting essentially $69 on this trade. And we're down right now, here you can see about $8 on this trade. So I think in this situation, I'm just going to let time pass and see what happens. And hopefully this won't pan out for us. But if it doesn't, that's okay. That's also calculated into the probabilities. So let's go back to our positions tab. There's really nothing else for us to look at here because all of our other positions are they have legs that are not in the money, so we don't need to look at anything there. Let's go now over to our columns and take a look at the DTE column. Everything is 43 DTE, which is about 22 days away from from where we need to make a decision regarding each of these positions. Do we roll to November? Do we close for a loss or maybe a small profit? We make all those decisions then. And then let's go to the IVR column and let's look for anything with IVR under 20, which is, we have 2 positions here. Again, IBM and Chipotle, same ones as yesterday, I believe. And no real decisions that we need to make here on those since those are both defined risk spreads. All right. And then let's take a look at earnings. We have another one that popped up on the calendar here. So we have earnings in IBM on 10/22, earnings in CNC on 10/24, and then Chipotle has earnings on 10/29. And so we really hope to be out of the position by then. And if we're not out by a week before earnings, then we'll make some decisions based on that binary event as well. All right, well, let's go over to our watch list and see if there's any opportunity to put any new positions on here. So right now we have everything filtered as we normally do, and we're only including 4-star liquidity rating rated underlyings. We're going to sort here by the IV 5-day change, and let's take a look at SOC and see if this one is trading today. We had some significant moves yesterday and the day before, some down moves here, slight up move today. So we could get long it, we could sell a short strangle, but yesterday it wasn't trading. So let's see how this sets up today. So let's go out to the 40, I believe it's going to be 43 day. Yep. We'll go over to the table tab. We're going to pull this down to the 17 delta here, and let's look at maybe the 14 or the 19 delta here. All right, let's go 19 delta. So we'll go 19 delta on the call side, 17 delta on the put side, 72% probability of profit with 84% P50. With a buying power effect of 453. CVAR is a little bit higher. We haven't really talked about CVAR yet, but we'll go over that in a little bit more detail. Let's pull this down to the 14 delta here, the 14 delta here. Kind of changes things a little bit. We also think that there's a possibility of a rally here. So if we're thinking in terms of the possibility of a rally, maybe we want to go a little bit higher on the call side to the 10 delta. And maybe we bring the put side up to maybe the 17 delta, collecting $1.62, 74% pop, 85 P50. CVAR is 1123. Looks a little more balanced with 453 buying power. Gives us a little long delta. We have 6.94 long deltas in SOC. Brings us down to 16 strike on the put side and 40 on the call side. So if we go look at the chart here, 16 strike is way down here. We haven't traded down there this year. And then the 40 strike is way up here. We haven't traded there. So I'm okay with this. Let's route it and see what happens. See if it's trading today. We'll just make sure we are in the right cycle. And it looks like this strike is about 10 pennies wide. This one's a little wider. I'm not really excited about the width on that put strike, 115.40, but gosh, maybe we could get it down to one that's 10 pennies wide. Might give us a little bit better opportunity here. So 10 pennies wide here on the 15, collecting a little less, 20 pennies wide here. Yeah, let's try to route that one. Nope, SOC is currently set to closing only. Only closing trades may be submitted at this time. So this one is a no-go. Let's go back to our watch list. We already have a position on in Moderna, both of these gold underlyings, and then KO we looked at yesterday. Didn't pan out for us. Let's take a look at a short strangle here in KO in the 43-day. And we just don't have good strikes here. We don't have good strikes at all. Bid-ask spread is not that wide, so that's fine. 21 delta, 17 delta, only collecting 87 cents. That one's not for me. And then let's take a look at LQD, which I think we all know that one is not going to pan out either. So that means let's go to 14. Let's go to yeah, there's just no premium here, as always. Well, that means we go back to our watch list and let's turn off the 4-star because we already looked at all those, and let's go back to the 3-star, or to the 3-star rather, and let's see what's there. Well, we already have a position on in HUT, HUT. Let's take a look at K here. This is not one I'm familiar with either, so we'll see if there's anything that we can do here. We're going to go out to the 43-day. We'll go, gosh, look at the delta on these. We go from the 5 delta to the 23 delta. And I just don't like those jumps like that. It doesn't give us, plus there's no premium there either. So we'll skip over that one. QXO. We'll go to the trade tab and let's take a look at this one. We're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel here. No premium, even on the 15-day, there's no premium. Let's go to the 16 and the 15, 65. We go to the 22, 23, $1, but the buying power impact is lower than I want it to be. I'm sorry, higher than I want it to be, rather. And I don't really like these strikes. 10 cents wide on the bid ask. It's $20 stock with IV rank at 38.4. I mean, we could throw something on here. I don't know how excited I am about this with this buying power effect so high. So I think I'm going to skip that one. Let's go take a look at Pepsi. Has earnings just over a month from now. And we'll move these strikes out to the 18 delta and the 16 delta, 242, 1751. It's not a bad setup, but I don't like the buying power effect here. So if we bring these out a little bit further, we reduce that ever so slightly. And then we're kind of getting into a lower credit here. So maybe we buy the wings here. Gives us $1.05. This setup isn't bad. Let's take a look at the chart and see what Pepsi's doing. We're kind of trading mid-zone here. Let's get perspective on our shorts. So 135 and 160. So 135 puts us here. 160 puts us here, which is where we were trading just, not too far away 3 days ago. So yeah, I'm okay with it. Why not? Our max loss would be $3.95, collecting $1.05. $5 width here. What if we come out just a little? We don't have a lot to work with though. If we come out a little bit, we'll quickly move that down to 55. Where do I feel like the risk is here? I feel like the risk might be, I don't know if the risk is to the upside. Yeah, what the heck? Let's route it. All right, we're filled in Pepsi on a short iron condor for $1.05. All right, so let's go hop over to this position. We'll select each one of these legs. We're going to group them as an iron condor. We'll select all the legs again, and we'll do a close for profit at 50%. Good till cancel, review and send order. And we have an order working for Pepsi. All right, let's go over back to our watch list. NDX we already know, and the other two are red here. So just a quick recap, which we actually didn't do earlier in this video, was a recap of yesterday, but nothing happened after our time together yesterday. We had mRNA and GLD. So today we opened Pepsi as a short iron condor for $1.05 credit with a target of, what are we calling it? What are we calling? Oh, that's HUT. Our target is 53 cents. All right. Well, join us again tomorrow, Friday, for the last session of the week and last episode of the week of Decay Factor. Thanks for watching.